Obrey, edi adani, etoda eye nije, edru mrebi nso a eye nije mu so. Wadwene mitimi ya wokesene ne ya na wonhu ne wonye. Ya na eye osaje okrafiri nsem wana. Wonim se, wadwene ne ye onipadua ne safo a. Dwene mu na nyansa ne nimde wo. Adwene ne boama yefa nsusuye na yesiginaye. Adwene ne boama empo yakoma edan na tinkendi. Na wonim kwan a ewo se wo fa so ebo wadwene ho ban. Wo nyina nkemfo nti. Ena E-NAF consult edi dwumadie ebrew. Mental board wajumedie so no yene mpanfo a wonim de efa yadwen apomden ho bedi nhia na waboa ni anya nimdie ntiase na yehu kwan a yebefa so aboy adwen ho ban enti hia me oba entry wo Facebook E-NAF consult and for YouTube E-NAF TV so na yemmom enje sa nimdi kai se Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority agi dwumedie atom wo mental board so de yesi your mental health is our priority. Of my cover son who cry about mental board to medias, and then so ya tell us, I will Praise Studios, I will Big Farm, Old Ebony Park, and I had Jacumia, and then so yet the mental health home commutation for cry and a bro, ye be sure allow himself. Me and me did you media which I am meeting any or buy entries. I will show you Facebook. A high E-NAF consult, will show you YouTube and so. Aha, a E-NAF TV. So, dog, a Gina Cumia, ye be try Musima, ye ba, ye be my dog a quabana, and then a semi ye be home. Kaise Ghana Psychological Association and for Mental Health Authority agi dwumedie atom wo mental board so de yesi your mental health is our priority. Akwaba biem yeda asese ye twai ho no wan free ha na oda so ene ye wo ha medin biem ene oba entry ene yenya Dr. Isaac Newman Arthur e wo studio ha ono ene ye PRO e Ghana Psychological Association ena afen so ye kasa sisi ono na acting director e wo UPSA Medical Directorate ene dog wo yentem ene asema ye behwe ho asem e childhood trauma and mental health na mum ya chemu mienu ene ye hwe childhood mental growth sene nkwala no omadwen esinyinifa enti ye bema dog akwaba na ene ye de nkomotwetwe no ahyehye so dog ye ma akwaba ye da sese ne nso wabeka ye de time ye come childhood mental growth then
Inti acquire akola fasu any mentally.
Okay.
And you come mental, I think say we should work at Bibri. You share how nipa chronic dream fa. I think unya any subai orderly. So your thinking, feelings, and behavior, and how akola uni, how the child grows, you know, in that area of the person's life. Inti health in your physical, mental, social, and spiritual. They are grouped in the 4 areas. Into physical, we won't say weight, height. You know, we won't say the organs in BBR, then skin is changing, everything. So, akola won't say no way do physically. While so only physically, no, I dream soon. With the brain and everything else, any the experience, emotions, they all dream for. Yes, I think how we interpret the environment near there. So we also grow mentally. In terms of be a penny and your physical growth in Kwa, and that's why adults are different. Because they are differently. Until you may find children growing up in the same environment, but in very different. So any will be before I won't say also you're totally different from this particular family. Because I dream soon. But unfortunately, physically, it's easy to know. But mentally, you don't really know what people do to grow mentally. You know, for people. Until certain people say, oh, wait, yeah, answer. Because a lot of parents don't even know how the banner dream in. We don't know. It's like physical growth is easy. But they affected the child's mental growth. Usually in Kofuni. But who was only physically, mentally, so no so.
Okay, dog. Enti akwala ya wa akwala to honne. Yenhwe age ben na adwene starting na e was a parent your concern na yetetem.
Well, adwene ni na start to embro you know, very few weeks, maybe 4th week air corner, 3rd, 4th, 5th week air corner. Adwene in the brain. Any very, very rapidly. Any spinal cord na BBR starting. So the capacity to think, the brain is what gives you the capacity to think and have a mental well-being, the brain.
Okay.
Right? Into what you fumu
Okay.
into and started whilst I calculating.
Okay.
But what you fumu in the womb, the brain is developing.
Okay.
Around delivery.
Okay.
You know, maybe CBR it affects the child. So we'll go into details. Then again, to there are stages in terms of any development. To right from the time akwala around the third, fourth, fifth week area, we say rapid growth. The brain, yes.
Okay. And the 5 stages, no.
So in the womb, no, it started into genetic issues.
Okay.
Into akwala bi wo a, say akwala bi wa being because the parents are being. So there are some genetic influences with the brain and brain development.
Okay.
And sometimes you know, say hormonal problems. No. Let me give you an example. In Kolabi Wawa, as a almost a pepe, but in say they are not in quote normal. More Down syndrome near the end. Who say interaction intelligence na the end is not okay. Though they are normal human beings, but their functioning is affected. Right, because in the womb, there are some chromosomal problems. So there are some diseases that happen to the child in the womb that can affect the brain development. Right, so that is a whole stage. Right, I'm sure we'll go into some of the problems. Then again, there's also some growth between the time the child is born till 2 years. That is also one stage. We'll go into that. Then the next stage is from 2 to like 6. Then from 6 to like 12, they're about 11, 12, they're about. Then 12 to 19, you can stretch it to 25. Then above 25. Until their growth, is in those kind of stages. Until every stage, beyond the idea we are, ebe facilitate in na ebe sen.
Stage 1.
Until in the womb, like I said, genetic issues, to chromosomal problems. Yeah, we are the way we look because of our genes and stuff. And sometimes some problems happen in the womb. It affects our gene development. Then again, to my one antenatal care. In Robo and so far. Sometimes in Robo, I better saving some of the herbs, I better just say near my painful. Because everything that goes into the mother's mouth, it be equacolano, it affects our colony development. So there are some kids Iyefumu almost say as a maba. Sometimes many some viral infections or some diseases affect our colony development. Oh, some of the viral infections, we call them torches. Your friend is saying any disease at all, any infection at all that is not manageable can affect the child's development. Right. Then again too, hypertension, diabetes, those things affect our colony in pregnancy if it's not managed well. Right. Then in Tiakolano, still an ubewuna. I say I will count uko hospital in them because I see a monitor. Akolani chewo yefunumwa. Edum brebia unse akolani is obano na wunya contraction. Placenta no so separate. Abawe chireno and also separate. Into oxygen supply to the baby. Kofo. Inti se akwala ne chewe yefunu mu a bosa sa akwala na bre inti ubo nse nsuo na ebegu maabe no akwala ne bre sa na ne first toilet obekọ na green inti ubo nse sa green no nsuo na beba no ubo nse doctor no omo inspect se midwives na hwe down wona enye omo check service na ebie na enye no kwa omo check nsuo na eba inti akwala no se we go into what we call fetal distress. As will be ocean swasi, na unya ahome, and will be a woody akatan if you want to be in home. Right. Into was obeko toilet green. When the doctors see that, they know that no, the child is going to some distress. They check the fetal heart, they would know and heart rate in the course. Immediately, so they have to bring the baby out quickly. Jubo say, oh, because we say equal CS, cesarean session. Or my any faster. Oxygen na enkwa akola no mu no e affect adwene no e be say adwene sisi a that short time na adwene be say kra do we say doctors who say tentem na they have to get the baby out and when the baby comes out we won't say ontumi nsu as our brain week onsu Nti ombe sa bunza akrana sa tisu. That is a sign say bibi akoso.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So that is also part. Then again, to around that time, we say kids be more developing jaundice. We munia yellow, right? For various reasons. We have breast milk jaundice. We have some other, things about jaundice. Your friends around that time. And then they cover a colored yellow. Your friend bilirubin.
Okay.
Right? As a red blood cells, a break it down too much.
Okay.
To the point that the body cannot clear it. It will say when our blood musana affect the development of the brain.
Okay.
Right. So whatever colors the eye yellow, damage the brain. Into will say my men go hospital. Who's a colonial yellow? One go hospital. Or no as you mean to you my baby. A banisana one go hospital. In the hospital no. Either we may even do exchange transfusion. Sometimes you bet me actually the mojeni na net
Okay.
because one year is a bed damage color.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on the level of bilirubin, you need to blue light.
Okay.
Blue light, you won't say, echo. Right. So, and no, it damages the brain of a child.
Okay.
One year,
Okay.
Then from 0 to oba outer, 0 to 2 years. And no, two things are important.
Okay.
The first one is breastfeeding. Akola no woman but wafano the cuddling starts the emotional development of the child. Oh, into your name, my meeting in a grown idea, no, my mini soon, man, soon idea. The child is developing warmth, love, care. That is how they see it.
Okay.
Papa na be fi wafa akola bo abonebo echo up and down. Those things starts the emotional development of the child.
Okay.
In this akola no one breastfeeding and answer when the crutch na idea na emboa bebre. Because akola no interprets the man be jamo. Now drink it in tiasie.
But we think Sebia.
Oh, it will affect the child's emotional development.
Okay.
It starts from there. Right. And I say my I busy on akoma grammar. In Kola they grew up and some connection with the parents in New because they didn't get that. So breastfeeding is not just the milk, but the interaction helps. That is why babies but they know the mother.
Yeah.
Strangers. Oh, they know the father because of that interaction. It is necessary for their emotional development. Right now, in your man, when you grow, it's affecting, it's helped them. Another thing to around that stage is movement. Every child moving, exploring the environment. Wakofa way, or they are sharing kakra. And as a toys, or the grow. You are teaching the child swimming, when you go swimming, those things. All those movement things, touching things near the end, it helps the child's cognitive development. Okay. By exploring the environment, they are developing. Okay. Right. One of the things we do in Africa, which nifa be here, is say only akola be bosso. Ubuso odi ntoma abo akola no so no. Akola no be show no. At some point, ubuso opeso si. Yeah. Oh. Now, what pursue no na the child has to move. To develop. They have to touch to develop. In Tubo say abrofumba sometimes Nubo said some of them even sound or look smarter, those who are outside, than a bufumba. Not because they are smarter, but the way they were, in those places, Europe and those places, they will even have a baby room. Or the toys near the or for me some barrier. Then they will leave the child to play. Whilst the child is interacting with the environment, they are developing their cognitive ability. Wow. Okay. The child has to move. Movement touching helps between 0 to 2 years. It really, really helps. The child has to. Into ones are collab only this you ashim no. No question about ashim no. Or when for cry is serious. When you cry about cook, they have to move. It's the movement that helps in their muscle growth and everything. Plus their movement, everything helps. Okay. Right, and whilst they touch different colors, it helps them develop well. Then between 2 and 6, no, it's more through symbolism and mimicking. Okay. Right, into adreno to understand things. Okay. Into no. Oh, doctor was I saw train doctor before they understand. Yeah. Into bones are collabi around that stage and they mimic people. Who 90 BB albums also starting 90 bisa. Say, oh, paste you also baby. They mimic what they see and they understand two visuals and the symbols near there. Into elephant, so the elephant. These are called nursery school albums or more all kinds of diagrams on the wall. An apple, an orange, you know, all those in ball. That is how they learn. Because adrenaline that's who we need. Until age mid-20s, no, the brain is still developing. Internet before 25, no, one seventy now I say, audience or a guy, but only a guy. We a penny account say no, why did I do that? Because adrenaline. Until babies also are growing. Sometimes no, ubu akola bi ebu bi a akola ni nti ase why wabo because na adwene na kan kire ni say no yen enye. So let me give you an example. Every child writes on the wall. Why? Because oku school onim say teacher troubled so. But I really need to tell the difference between a blackboard and a wall. Into ofi akola trouble wabo. Na adwene entini ni because because school will be trouble no man bono, maybe try your mabo. So when you continue to do that, you are killing their creativity. A time will come that they will stop initiating anything. They may become timid because to them, no, adreno, that's so they don't understand what is happening. Sometimes when you give a child an instruction, when you say a sort no, who now because who you penny or no right? And so the brain is still developing. So symbolism mimicry is very, very important. What they observe around that stage is so important, right? And they are developing their language. You know, they are making associations with things. Between the age of 6 and 12, thereabout, or 11, thereabout, you know, very, very critical in their growth. I think is the most important because around that time, I really need to the point where now, as a BA to understand things kakra. So before then, akola kra oni nkola be dware. On felifi. Boso onu kra odi nu be yi gu on na. Because adwinu ti ase. Ehu na ekoso. But the moment they cross 6, before you realize, they don't want to walk naked. Say oba kra ekudware a, boso opia na odi tawo esi na ase. Because around that time, adrenal started be. They can even think in abstract terms. Say their creativity starts very, very rapidly. Into say draw cartoons be one no book no draw. Now say if it's a girl near there before you realize wakofa small containers I say or you did not grow. Without supervision, so that time is very, very critical. Into around that stage, you know, it was a calculations here. Into worker doctor, I said that. We don't know to me initiative and stuff around that stage, So around that stage, you give them more opportunities and you answer their questions. Into a child between 6 and 12, I don't know, obey to maybe 1,000 questions in a day. Oh, coffee and sugar, why? Shatari, why? Why? Ubadi say umbua de no.
You want an answer.
I dream no Asia. And he say ubisa why? Now for us if you add them is all about. A time will come, they will keep quiet. They won't come and ask why. The moment they keep quiet, someone else is answering them.
Someone else here, not Jay and
the teacher. And now they meet. And as you see a tablet in YouTube. Around that stage, you're more able to me search it. Into who be a question when because the brain is developing rapidly. It needs answers to navigate the environment. Into about 1,000 whys a day. Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? Why this? Into if you're a parent, now I can't tell you say you will not or say or no can be chair. No, so my teacher says this. It means that now you are not the primary source of information. Now is the teacher.
The teacher and the man answer.
In the teachers. Right. Into tier was some teachers. Right. Later, all your teenager no bet your answer. Because we were never there. So that period is very, very. They can think in concrete terms. And make associations with many things by themselves. And they will explore the environment by themselves. Start develop around that time they develop their moral code. Oh, and that is why they want to cover up. Into those before 6, no, all the atare brain, the niaji. When you are bit me, you won't say all sister. But a doom baby, or she the master savage, because now she's shy. Now your background won't say or katakata no. Into around that time, no, a mother should not be bathing with their kids. Fathers must not be bathing with their kids because now they are developing their moral code. You are teaching them what is private and what is not. So even in the bathroom, when that daughter or that son is in the bath, you knock before you enter, even if you are the parent.
You don't just enter.
You are teaching them. You are helping them build some level of morality and some sense of principle, something. If you fail that age, you've lost them.
Wow.
Now in the teenage years, no, no mature, they are going to be because by then, after 12, or no, but the macho or a bema macho naba. Or buy a new phone naba. I'm trying to get cries switching with it. I'm trying the body cry fetching with it. Oh, ye penny. That is when they will teach you what you have not taught them.
Wow, it means a collaborative teenage near more modern. 6 to 12.
It starts from there. Ukabina's own tia. It starts from there because all the anger growing up. By then, I say, yes. So between 6 and 12, very critical. It actually destroys them around 6 to 12. So around that time, answer their questions, teach them what is moral. So a parent mustn't be bathing with the boys and girls. We shouldn't bath, let them bath alone. And sometimes even the boys can secretly be enjoying the nakedness of their sisters or their mothers. And you will not know. Some of them may even start going into masturbation and at that age, I'm telling you. Some of them may start enjoying. Many papa issues start to. Those things that you realize kids now start acting as parents, it starts from there. Because suddenly their eyes are open. Before 6 years, they don't even understand what their reproductive system even looks like. They will give it all kinds of names. Women machine are there. But the moment they cross 6 years, all those terminology starts changing. Then the next group is between from 10 to about 90, the adolescent years. Around that time, they become more scientific and logic in their thinking. Because the brain has grown very rapidly. There are all kinds of hormonal changes here and there. The women start having breasts. The secondary sexual characteristics have started. Their voices, the male's voices are changing. They become more masculine and stuff like that. Right? Whilst that is happening, the mind too has grown. And 3 things happen. They develop their own world views. What is this life about? They develop their own identity. Who am I? And they develop their own independence. I want to do things by myself. Yes.
Mental board. Yatnas will Praise Studios, Old Ebony Park. Dog can be brought there for stages, Qualano or Moonino, send your moon a cosso a one dream. Yet the Bessia, na try your waba. Make I was a Usha Facebook, aha, E-NAF consult, Usha YouTube and so, aha, E-NAF TV. So you try Husimaba, say your bar, you better uncle motivation, so your bassisia. Kaise, Ghana Psychological Association and a Mental Health Authority, Ajijumedi Yatum, or Mental Board so dear, yes, see, your mental health is our priority.